Hi, I've been enjoying some very new releases. So we're having two editions coming out back to back, and the first of those is on Prey. It's newly released on Disney Plus in the UK, Hulu in the US this weekend, and it's the latest installment in the Predator movie series about an alien hunter coming to Earth to hunt the most dangerous game of all, man. Um, we've previously had the original film from 1987 with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the sequel from 1990 which swapped the jungle for the big city in the near future. Predators, directed by Nimrod Antal, had a bunch of human predator type personalities taken to an alien planet to be hunted. And 2018's The Predator was directed by Shane Black, and I remember nothing about it, and it was a box office disaster. This new film is co-written and directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who was behind 10 Cloverfield Lane, and it stars Amber Midthunder leading an well, not all Comanche, but an all Native American, or largely Native American. It stars Amber Midthunder leading a largely indigenous American cast. It's set in the 18th century and it involves a young um, would be warrior from the Comanche tribe wanting to prove herself. And when a group of strange animal deaths occur, she's determined to hunt the creature that's doing it, little realizing that it's actually an alien with superior technology who takes on her and some of her fellow tribespeople, as well as a group of French trappers. It's very good. I was not expecting a great deal because I've not been a huge fan of the previous films. I tend not to like very macho action orientated films. I find them a bit uninteresting, a bit unengaging. Just action in general, I don't find interesting. I have to have a reason to be engaged. And this film is made, I think, with something like that idea that time is taken to develop the characters to make them interesting. Our central character is rounded and plausible and feels like a real person, despite the total difference in cultures between the character and me. It's a really well written character, and Midthunder is a great actor. This is a fantastic calling card. She's terrific. Um, but it's really well thought through. The plot is nicely structured. There are some themes about the idea of encroaching into this environment that is someone else's homeland. Um, Ideas about manifest destiny and the predator being analogous to the white man coming into the indigenous lands, which I found interesting. But it's just there in the background. It's just something to think about. But there are great action scenes which you care about because they're well structured and everything is set up carefully. The plotting is nice. That everything seems to fold back on itself and endings reflect things earlier in the film. It's all works really well. It's a great example of how to do this sort of story well. And I'm really pleased that it's had the positive reaction it's had. Some even saying that it's the best film in the series because it uses the idea of the predator so well. It's not some creature that winds up being chummy with its human prey that I think previous films have done. No, this is a creature that likes to hunt other life forms, regardless of how intelligent they are. And it's ruthless and murderous and utterly callous, and the film conveys that brilliantly, and it's terrific. It's shot fantastically. It looks gorgeous. The Predator design I thought was different from before and interesting. Rather than wearing a technological mask, instead it wears a skull over its face, which was, I think, like a their equivalent of hanging the deer head on the wall. I thought. Um, but it's really good. It's a great Friday night movie as I watched it. Um, Really exciting and engaging, character based, character feeding back into the plot. Um, it, just a really well thought out example of how to tell this kind of story in an interesting, fresh, engaging, but very popcorn like way. It's an exciting entertainment movie, but it's also carefully crafted and it's actually about something. It ticks all the boxes, and I would say it's one of the best blockbuster type films I've seen this year.